good audience. They've worked so hard to get their shit together, and they really have gotten it together. They have. They've really gotten their shit together. So I want you to give a nice big round of applause for the first comedian coming to the stage. She is doing a great job, and she is here right now, Maria Grace Furtado!
No, not yet. All right, come on, come on. Poppy, I don't know this one. Okay, sorry. Hi, everybody. My name is Maria Grace Rigo Furtado. In Portugal, that's my nickname. No, seriously, I'm from the same island as Nelly Furtado. Has anybody heard of her, the famous singer? Woo! I'm sorry, she's not here, and I'm not related to her. Actually, I'm from a tiny little island called the Azores. Well, it's in the Azores, and it's otherwise known as the Island of Marias. Because does everybody know about 900 Marias, like in your neighborhood, where you work, everything, right? Well, a lot of people don't realize this, but it's actually a Portuguese tradition that we have regular names, but Maria gets put in front of your name. So when we came here to the States with my very adventurous parents who are in the audience, say hi, Sarah! We went to school. I was 5, my sister was 4. So we go into the school and I could hear the teachers, they're both named Maria. What do we do? They're both named Maria. So anyway, I decided to keep that name, and then they got a bucket with a bunch of names that they put into the bucket, and my sister picked one out, and so now we call her Margaret. Woo! We Portuguese, we're highly skilled at 3 things. We love to worry, we love to eat, and we love to clean. Those are the 3 things that we're very good at, right? Yeah? Everybody else, right? Yeah, give it up to the Portuguese! To the Portuguese! How long have you been Portuguese? All right, see? There you go! All right? Okay, we got another one in the audience. Okay. So, as far as the worrying, my mother's got it under control. Every time you call, Mom, I'm worried. That's okay, let me look at my saints. Which one covers, like, which thing? I'm gonna pray to this saint. It's about the dog. It's Saint, what's the saint, Mom? What's Saint Hawk. So Hawk, all right, that's the one if you need help with your pets. So anyway, so that's the worrying part. As far as the eating part, well, I love to eat my feelings personally, and I kind of wash that down with a glass or, okay, a gallon of wine sometimes. But there's like a magical cure for everything as far as food is concerned. So if you're upset, like when I was a kid, Mom, I got into a fight with a girl at school. Oh, honey, I have chorizo and peppers. That's my mother's accent. Please laugh, she's right there. Okay. Mom, I'm quitting college. Oh, I have some warm malasadas. Mom, I think I'm gay. Oh, we're gonna need to go to the grocery store. To a Portuguese mom's house, they know 3 questions. Are you hungry? Are you thirsty? And are you sure? Those are like the 3 things. So it's like we just came out of the desert after 6 weeks, and they're like, are you hungry? Are you thirsty? Are you sure? Are you hungry? Are you thirsty? Are you sure? Before you can answer, there's like a whole table full of food that you have to eat before you leave. Right? Am I right? So anyway, as far as the fridge, it's always full. And when I first met my fiance, Stephanie, give it up for Stephanie! When I first met her, I was horrified. I opened her fridge and I'm like, where's the food? Where's the food? There were ice cubes, celery, and club soda. I'm like, are you training a pack of runway models? What the hell is going on here? No, but really, seriously, I kind of went to the Stop and Shop the next day and kind of filled the fridge for her. As far as the cleanliness thing, my mom does Portuguese aerobics every day. Those of us who are Portuguese understand this. It's not like regular cleaning. She takes the broom and puts the towel on it. No Swiffers. Yeah, this is the Portuguese way. You clean like every inch of the house. Then she gets on all fours to do the floor, right, Mom? It's like wax on, wax off, so she can clean the floor. And then she knows that Jesus loves multitaskers, so she kind of says some prayers while she's finishing up with all of that. I went to Catholic school for 11 years. I went to regular Catholic school and then all-girls Catholic school. I got 1 year off for good behavior. Wait. I think that was bad behavior. I was really bad. I made a nun quit. Poor Sister Becerra. I did the worst thing possible. I talked too much. So she quit. And they told me eventually I would go to hell in a handbasket. And I thought, okay, let's see, I'm ex-Catholic, gay, and divorced. I won the trifecta! What else do my notes say here? Wait, and you didn't notice that I'm reading this because I'm nervous. Okay, I don't have my glasses on. Okay, oh, divorce. Okay, so I got divorced after 21 years. Very smooth the way I'm doing that. Yeah, nobody notices at all, right? So I got divorced after 21 years. They say, how does it go? Don't commit the crime if you can't do the time. Yeah. So yeah, 21 years. We met when I was 4 years old. I know, I look very, very young, right? And PSA, no tattoos. No tattoos to declare your love for an ex, because then you end up getting a bigger tattoo to cover the older tattoo, and it's a redo, and you end up covered in poor judgment. I decided to, after my divorce, I was going to go on Match last spring. So, anyone here heard of Match?
Yeah.
Anyone been on Match? Yeah. Okay, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. It's like purgatory for the divorced, right? Yeah, you're like, what the hell? So I sat in front of my laptop one day. Okay, nighttime. I had a glass of wine. Okay, maybe it was a bottle. Okay, and then I filled out the profile. I took a picture of myself. Holding the cheeks. Okay, took a picture of myself. And then I checked all the boxes, like what would consist of a perfect match, right? So then I just waited. I'm like, okay, now I wait for the ladies to call me. Okay, so I went out on my first date, and I was nervous. It'd been 21 years, so I bought the little black dress. I don't know, I took a shower, maybe 2. I shaved all the parts, things that hadn't seen a razor in a very long time. And then I go to this restaurant, and I'm like, oh, there she is, she's at the bar. So I go to the bar, and it was so nice. She went, bartender. And I'm like, that's so nice, she's ordering me a drink. But then she looks me up and down, and she looks at the bartender, and she says, I'll have another scotch. It was her 4th. It did not go well at all. And I had other dates like that too, so I started thinking, what the hell kind of boxes did I check on this Match thing that I'm getting these crazy people? So I went back and looked one night, and apparently I had checked the box, searching for Satan, and the one below that, long walks on the beach with Satan. So, okay, well, and anyway, so I have my Sicilian fiance here in the audience, Stephanie Jones, because apparently she lost her Italian name in the divorce. Sorry, honey. How I met Stephanie. So I met her not on Match because I decided to quit cold turkey and go into a dating recovery program. But I met her, I was at a crowded restaurant one night, and she walks in with this girl, and there were no tables, so I let them sit down. So it turns out that she was on a first date with this woman, so we chatted and all, and then we had such a good time. She got my number. I'm like, okay, this is weird. She got my number, and then she kept asking me out. on her dates. I went on 3 dates with them. I told my mom was like, "You're going out with her and a date?" She goes, "That is weird." I'm like, "Yeah, Mom." I'm like, "That's right, I'm gay and I don't have a lot of gay friends. It's okay." So we got to catch sunsets together, 3 of us. We got to go to restaurants together, the 3 of us. Then she asked me out to Block Island. I'm like, "Oh my God, I think I'm in." It's like a Groupon for dating. But it turns out she told me that she was smitten when she met me, or something like that, right? That was the word. Yeah. The word you used, yeah. So anyway, so she broke up with the other girl, and it turns out that we're the perfect match. So give it up. But she is younger. So, yeah, she's a little younger, not that much younger. I don't know if I look that much older than her. She's a little bit younger, but so that means we're busy. That means a lot of sex. Sorry, oh shit, I forgot Stephanie's driving my parents home after this. That's gonna be awkward. No, but really, it takes a lot of grooming, so I'm thinking about either getting a personal manager or a maintenance program. But this time, when I go on Groupon, it's gonna be for probably a 2-for-1 Brazilian. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Stephanie, a lot more than we want to know. The Brazilian, it was great, it was great. How you doing? You doing all right? You're not on drugs, you came off it, you're down? You're out of rehab? Anybody on a date tonight? Anybody actually on a date?
I am.
Oh yeah, you are? With your wife? You're on a date with your wife? That's very cute. Do you root for your wife later? How long you guys been together? Okay, all right then. All right. Does he belong to you?
I drove my date.
You drove your date? Crazy, no doubt, probably. So how long you guys been together?
27.
Oh, he had it wrong. He had it wrong. He's like 27. So that's a long time. Yeah. You live from around here?
Yep.
Yeah. You met here?
Yep.
Got married here?
Same zip code, 02892.
Always?
Well, no, we spent a little time apart.
Uh-huh. Sleeping in separate rooms now. That's a long time being together, huh? 27. Wow. And just think of each other, yeah? No. You're supposed to say no right away. I know. No, I shouldn't say these things. I'm terrible on dates. I'm a Gemini. Any Geminis? Geminis? Right there. I'm a little confused, don't you? You get a little confused?
Twins.
Yeah, the twins. Like if I'm in a relationship, I want out. If I'm out, I want in. Let me in, let me out, let me in, let me out. I can't ever figure it out. You're the same way? But you've been with him for a long time.
Well, no, in a relationship, I'm in. He's good.
Oh, he's good? He keeps you in? Pays for everything? Huh? He's a good man? Good. Mr. Clean, doing all right? Yeah, it's good to be in a relationship. It's good. Better in than out. You know, I'd rather be in one than out. Because if I'm out for too long, I get a little squirrely. I do. I'll start dating my stalkers. I don't care. I'm like, hey, they're making the effort. They should be rewarded. You could be next. You could be next. All right, you guys ready to keep this going? Keep it going. Ready for the next student? All right, this next guy coming to the stage, he's worked his ass off putting this shit together, and really happy that he's here. Please, a nice big round of applause for the comedy of Michael Kinnicutt. Michael Kinnicutt is in the house.
but it's a little creepy. Sort of like a Dracula film. Good evening, welcome to my castle. Actually, I grew up in Manhattan, in a neighborhood called Yorkville. It was full of plump, happy Germans who all looked like they were butchers or bakers. I fit right in. Can't you tell? Yeah, my father and his father, that would be my grandfather, they were both named Gustav Hermann. That's Herman with 2 N's. So, I was in line to become Gustav Hermann III. But my mother put her foot down and said, none. Enough with this German crap. Just call him Michael. For that I say, Danke schön, Mom. When I was I was hitting puberty, when I was sent to an all-boys school in the woods in Massachusetts that was run on the British model. That meant we got up at 6:30 in the morning and we had 15 minutes to shower and dress for breakfast. 15 minutes. It wasn't enough time for the water to heat up. So there we were in the cold shower. Ugh. It might build character, but I'll tell you, it shrinks teenage self-esteem. Yeah. So, I came to South County recently, and I've noticed a few things. First of all, everyone seems to have gone to URI, but not everyone's graduating. 2, hey, what is it with these supersized trucks? I mean, come on. Some of them should be classified as mobile homes. 3, making a U-turn on Route 1. That's the easy part. Once you're headed in the right direction, you've got to cut over 2 lanes to get to the nearest exit. You've got about 100 yards to do it. So I'm there. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. And I'm waiting for a break in the traffic. I fork and I swerve over to the far right. I made it. And I got my adrenaline rush for the day. Yeah, my kids are all grown up. So now I have to bother other people's kids. I substitute teach. But I call it flubstitute teach because so much can go wrong in a classroom full of overmotivated and attention deficited kids. So what's the first thing I look for when I go into a classroom? It's the emergency exit. And I spend a lot of time confiscating pencils. You'd be amazed at how quickly they can be transformed into nunchucks, into spears, and into tattoo needles. And that's just the girls. Yeah, there's a lot going on in school. You've got band practice, you've got lunch, you've got recess, you've got assembly. So really, who's got time for teaching? What I do is I try to concentrate on the life skills. Hey kids, did you hear about the latest bank robbery? Now I've got their attention. Yeah, the guy walked into a Cumberland Farms and bought a ski mask 10 minutes before he held up the bank next door. Caught him on camera and he was arrested. So kids, what's the lesson here? That's right. If you're gonna rob a bank, at least have your clothes laid out the night before. Yeah. Cross-marketing. Does everyone know about cross-marketing? No. Does anyone know about cross-marketing? Well, it's like when BMW puts out a model with an interior that's designed by LL Bean. So what do you get? a Beamer, or windows from Waterford Crystal to add a little glass of touch of glass to your home, or some nose tweezers from John Deere for a really close cut. You get the idea. So last summer, there was a really screwed up case of cross-marketing. I was at the beach. It was a beautiful day in August. Everybody was chilling out, soaking up the rays, working on their tan. When all of a sudden, the PA system comes on. Attention! Attention, all visitors! Oh, God. It's a lost child, or maybe a sprained ankle, or a wheelchair stuck in the sand. No. The message was, we are happy to announce that free skin cancer screening will be available at the pavilion from 12 to 4. Free skin cancer screening at the beach? Are you kidding me? I'm going to give up this idyllic moment to go to see if I'm a candidate for melanoma? And they're not even offering free sunscreen as an incentive. I look around. I don't see anybody heading for the shade. No, they're pretending they didn't hear. Daddy, what did the man say? Relax, kids. There's going to be a free screening of Jaws. Now, anybody know what a screw it up yourselfer is? You're looking at one. It's usually a retiree with too much time on his hands. Yeah, you can find us sneaking around in hardware stores. We're looking for duct tape, spackle, glue, anything to cover up the damage we've inflicted on our homes and our marriages. So, I don't have much more luck in the supermarket. Now, if I get by the guy who's pushing all the carts, and I don't get hit by someone who's backing out of the driveway, and I make it inside safely, I go around in a clockwise fashion, like I'm doing the Stations of the Cross. Yeah. My first stop is the produce stand. I know I'll have about 30 seconds before some little old lady comes and elbows me out of the way and starts pinching the tomatoes like the cheeks of her grandchild. Yeah, next I move to the deli. So, I pick a number. It's 22. And they're calling like 1. I hold it like a novena card. But then I see it's 3 deep and peeps elbow to elbow, and there's a lot of growling from stomachs. I get nervous and I say, no more for me, so I sneak over to the pre-packaged cold cuts. Yeah, pre-packaged cold cuts. So I'm willing to risk salmonella instead of suffocation. So I go over to the fish counter. It's quiet, nobody's over there. There's just a little bell. Bang! The guy comes out. I point to the sign, catch of the day. There's nothing there. He shrugs. Hands me a fishing rod and a tackle box, and he says, don't make it happen, buddy. So I'm navigating my way down the aisles, rubbing wheels with total strangers. But above all, I'm trying to avoid the stalkers. Now, I didn't say stalkers, stalkers. Yeah. They're a tough bunch. It's like they resent you being there. Like they resent you actually reaching for something to put in your cart to buy. So I have to say, excuse me, kind sir, but may I please get a loaf of bread from between your legs? Yeah. Well, the final stop, of course, is checkout. And there, the bagger asks me, do you want your refrigerator bag zipped up? I look at him and I say, no. Just leave it open, like your fly. Thank you very much.